Alex was looking for new shoes in JD's. He bumped into Riley in a soccer match before. Riley was on a horse looking for new shoes for his horse. Riley asked a JD worker, "Have you any Balenciagas in stock?" "No, but we have brand new TNs in stock." Alex has the last pair of Balenciagas and Riley really wanted them. So Alex gives him the last pair because he was feeling generous. Riley was very thankful and they went to the food court together. Riley paid for it, then went to the bathroom and got a mirror picture with the flash on. Then they exchanged Snapchat accounts. Riley dropped Alex home on the horse. When Riley was going home, he meets other guys on horses called Aaron, Desmond, Daniel, Dermot, John, and Patrick. And they don't like him. They were wearing pyramid rings. He's in trouble, but he knows a shortcut and gets home safely. The next day, Alex has a fight on, but he didn't know who he was against. When he gets there, he sees his best friend standing there with his boxing gear on. Dum dum dum.
Tomorrow is Linda's 12th birthday. She wants a dog, but her mom is allergic to dogs. Linda is very energetic, is really scared of heights, has blonde hair and likes to wear polka dots. She really wants a dog named Harry. She thought about ordering the dog online, but decided instead to go get the dog herself. She's on the train and she takes a bite of her cheese and tomato crumpet when suddenly she realizes that she is a passenger on Thomas the Tank Engine going to Luhuland. She is afraid that she won't get back home for her birthday tomorrow, so she jumps off the train to Luhuland. It's snowing there and it's like a Christmas land with Christmas trees and gingerbread houses. All they do is sing Christmas carols. Right in front of her, the Grinch carrying a jug of milk just appears. She is shocked. Then a toaster named Todd, by mistake, falls out of the tree and lands on her head, setting her hair on fire. Don't blame Todd, though. It was a mistake. Then the Grinch, wearing a mask, pours a jug of milk over her head, putting out the fire. She wonders if she'll ever get back home for her birthday. Dun, dun, dun!
Shells and the Unlimited Coats. Once upon a time, there was an alpaca called Charles. He lived in a zoo. Charles found Paddy Barcelona playing soccer on a pitch. Before he was sent to the zoo, Charles had been injured when Paddy accidentally kicked the ball at his face. It broke his snout. Then Paddy was injured. When he tried to kick the ball but fell on it, it burst. The vet bill cost him 50 billion coats. It was all his supply of coats. Charles grew worried. He got mad and ran away with all of his coats, not paying the bill. The police chased him after him. When he was caught, he was sent to the zoo. On the journey, Charles was hungry and decided to eat the police officer's coats. One day, Paddy snuck into the zoo when it was dark. He stole Charles and rescued him. As they were running out of the zoo, Charles spotted a coat. He couldn't help himself and he ate it. They headed down the road and saw an IS-200 in a bush. Luckily, the keys were in the ignition and petrol in the tank. Paddy strapped Charles into the roof with a ratchet strap. He turned the key and sped down the road. When they stopped and Paddy released Charles wasn't happy with being strapped into the roof. He ate Paddy's Gucci coat. In a fit of rage, Paddy called the police to take Charles back to the zoo. When the police arrived, Charles plotted to eat the police officer's coat, but Charles accidentally ate the police officer's instead. He made a run for it.
Once upon a time, there was a boy named John Paul on holidays in Zimbabwe. Timothy the Rizzler is from there, and he was visiting him. They met playing Roblox, and when they met in real life, they bonded over football. When they were playing soccer with his best friend HR, a pig came up and stole their ball. The pig that stole the ball was very tall, scary, and mean. John Paul proceeded to cry over the lost soccer ball. JP broke stuff because he was very angry over the lost soccer ball. A famous soccer player gave it to him too, and it was signed too. Timothy the Whistler gave JP money to buy a GTR. JP replied, "Why don't you come with me?" Timothy said, "You know I can't go. All the girls will come after me. You should wear ugly makeup or a disguise so they don't come after you." Once HR stepped outside of the field, his level 10,000 charisma got active and all the girls started to run after him. JP hopped in his BMW twin-turbo V8 engine and drove away. HR was left behind him after the car getting chased by the girls. ...
The Gronkler. Once upon a time there was a little gorilla called Baby Gronk. When he grew up he became a soldier in the Banana War, and after 2 years of war he finally went to America. He met Livy Dunn in Costco, and he bought her a chicken bacon for dessert, a double chunk chocolate cookie. He was never happy enough because he didn't have any Riz. He went to his shop and said to the man, "How do I get Riz?" The man replied, "I don't know, man, wait outside." He hires a detective called Sigma Holmes to search for Riz, but he couldn't find any, so he started his mewing streak. Sigma Holmes told him he needs to start his winter arc. Sigma Holmes was looking for clues for Riz, and he found a book to help him. He finally finds a way. Baby Gronk went back to Costco where Livy Dunn works and won her back with his level 1 million aura. After a month together, things weren't going well, and a fella called Big Justice stepped in and tried to steal her away and riz her up. What is Baby Gronk going to do?
This is Timmy and Jimmy. They are brothers. They live in Knocknaheeny. Timmy and Jimmy love hanging around Blackpool Cinema eating popcorn. They are both boxers. One day, Timmy and Jimmy were in Petco when they saw a hamster. The hamster was a birthday present from Jimmy. He called him TJ. Jimmy was fighting with Jamie, their older cousin, because Jamie wanted a hamster. Jamie took TJ, the hamster, and drove away, and the guardie followed Jamie in the car. They stopped him by dinos, and the guards dragged Jamie out of the car and into the paddy wagon. The hamster jumped onto a mini motorbike, but he ran out of petrol on the way to Jimmy. So he went to Circle K and he had to fill it up with 2 liters of petrol. He bought it with Jimmy and Timmy's credit card. But then the motorbike crashed into a drain and he drank something and got powers. He escaped down to Fota. When he was in Fota, he met some flying squirrels, but he got hit by a golf ball from Fota golf course. Dun, dun, dun.
The downfall of Hunter. It was Justin's 10th birthday and he was blowing out candles. He made a wish that he would get superpowers. The next day, Justin wakes up in a panic because he thinks he might be late for his school trip. But Justin gets powers. It comes to his brain that he now has very high intelligence. Later on in the day, he was at maths class and the teacher asked him a very complicated question, and he knew the answer straight away. During maths class, Hunter grabbed a pen for his friend, and it instantly broke. Throughout the day, Justin notices that he was getting more powers, and he tells his best friend Hunter. When he was walking around the hall, Justin noticed something was up with Hunter. They had one more class to go before their school trip. While they are on the Golden Gate Bridge, Justin's powers make him sense that the bridge is not sturdy. Then the bridge starts shaking, and Justin tries to save everybody. Hunter pushes Justin off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Bungie the golden retriever was on holiday in Milan in Italy. He was lying on his sunbed beside the pool eating strawberry ice cream. He looked up and saw Oakley the beagle lying on a doggy float in the pool. Bungie was astonished but Bungie was astonished. Suddenly, a giant chubby panda fell from a tree above and belly flopped into the pool, making a big splash. Meanwhile, Bungie's friend Bernie Bean leaped into the buffet and scoffed all the food. The panda climbed out of the water and took a seat beside Bungie, soaking half of his fur. The panda picks up a soggy newspaper and pretends to read. He looks between the two holes cut out in the newspaper and glances at Bungie. Your nemesis, Mr. Cheesy the Pug, is on the way, whispered the panda. Who now? Screamed Bungie. Just then Oakley waddled over and said, "Sorry, I couldn't help but hear that Mr. Cheesy's back. I used to go to the same training school as him. The only way to defeat him is if he eats pickles. Luckily, we have a giant catapult that can help with that." Bungie jumped with fear, and the ice cream splattered all over his face. I'm afraid of pickles. Dun dun dun.
The journey to the go-kart. His name is Babustia. He is on the rise to be the best Formula One driver. He is a very fast driver. He won his first race. He wants to be the richest in the world. He is training to race with his best friend. He gets into the finals and he is in a tournament. By this time he's got sponsored by Louis Vuitton. After starting the final, he's in third place and he gets up to second, and he's racing the person in first place. They are very near to each other. It's Sam, who is sponsored by Gucci. They are about to finish. Then Babushka gets in first place. He was trying very hard. A fire breaks out, but luckily he gets out with a few injuries and he still wins the race. He comes home and goes to sleep, and someone steals his trophy. Babushka already knew it was Sam because Sam was just really angry. Just to be sure that it was Sam, he went to the police.
Fado bhí banprinsa áirithe agus bhí muinke dríochta acu. Deifigh sí aonrad a dhéanamh leis an muinke dríochta. Bhí iad a leathúpla Sofia mar ní fuair sí muinke dríochta. Le bhain bhí cóisir mór sa Caisleán agus thóg duine éigin a muinke. Chunnig buacail darbh anam airtí an muinke ar an talamh. Bhí sé ag éirí a thabhairt ais. Bhí agla ar an banprinsa cé mar ní raibh isací cé a thugaid an muinke. Chunnig sí an muinke ar lámh airtí agus bhreith sí ina dhiaidh go dtí an Caisleán. Thug airtí an muinke do Sofia mar ceap sé gur cé a bhí ann. Ach Comáil Sofia an muinke mar le é. Níor d'oibrigh an muinke nóair a chuir Sofia orthu é. Mar ba cé an duine speisialta. Bhí fearg ar Sofia mar ní raibh an muinke ag obairtí. Le tiomáin fearg cas Sofia an muinke ar an talamh agus bris an crystal sa lár.